All right, welcome everybody. I don't know if anybody's out there. We'll see if anybody shows up tonight. Go through some knives. I was thinking I might watch the show partially on this computer. Handheld computer in my hands. On the phone. Oh, thanks for copywriting me, jerks. There it is. There's the chat right there. So if we watch the chat inside of the chat, what is that called? It's a chatception. But now I can watch the comments. So I'll mute it. Hopefully you're not getting any feedback. I'm assuming I can hear it all right. That sounds all right. All right, we'll see. There's nobody saying anything yet. I can't launch to X because I'm too cheap to pay for X. This is this year's worth of knives. The knives I've grabbed this year so far. Oh, you know what's happening? I'm only seeing chats from wherever I logged in over here. This one's woods. One of the knives on the table is already woods. Boom. Oh, just can't see it from way up there. If you're a Patreon and you got an eyeball on one of these, let me know. I'm not all that attached to all of them here. Some of them I am. I should probably log into StreamYard to be able to see all the comments. I'm already missing comments. I'm already regretting this decision. So how do I get to StreamYard? Clear all. Go to here and then how do I give myself a link? How do I give myself a link? Can I? Oh, that's annoying. There we go. I can grab this. Copy. I'll be right back. I'm going to quickly jump over to the Instagram, send myself. And hopefully we didn't go offline. Did we go offline? What's happening? All right, now I'm going to go grab my own link. So you can go to Instagram. If you have more than one channel, you can just link to yourself, things like this. Ooh, what I got coming? If anybody's got a Jeep Wrangler, got somebody sending me some parts for a Jeep Wrangler. All right, so I need to find my own comment. Where did my own comment come from? What's happening? Where's my own comment? Anyway, I have, who did I send that link to then? Well, I sent the link to somebody. You have two. Oh, you're talking about Jeeps? Let me go back, figure out what happened here. Maybe it's just not catching up. Let's see, Jeep Wrangler JLJLU. What does that mean? 2018 to 2023. A Gladiator JT, whatever that means, 20 to 2023. Then a Dodge Ram and a Dodge Ram. I don't know. Pretty much a Dodge Ram from 2013 to now. And a Jeep Wrangler JKJKU 2007 to 2017. I don't know what any of that means. That's all Jeep to me. I don't know any Jeep stuff. Huh. So I wonder why. I'm not getting my own comment that I thought I just sent to myself. So I didn't send it right. All right. Well, man, it's annoying to have to read the comments up here. Looks like a knife store, doesn't it? Yeah. See, I had these all over the place, and I wanted to get them all together for a couple of reasons. So I'm not going to try to read all the comments, I guess. If somebody wants to jump in and read comments, you're welcome. But I figured I would just turn the camera on since I'm going to be sitting up here fiddling with these things for a little bit. Pretty much I've just been accumulating them. I had this area to put them in, and there's some of them that are white, and I want to grab the other white ones because I just got this white Damascus one in. I want to see what my other white ones are, what my white situation is. And I knew I had a couple of orange ones hanging out. This one, I can't get enough of, even though I don't need it. I kind of still want it because I never had one, but now I do. So there's that one. And then this one, I never even knew about it. It's from Spain. Yeah, it's from Spain. And now I like this one a lot. I never even knew about it until I seen it the other day. So I got that one in orange. I got this crazy buck in orange. See all these bugs that are attacking me? See if I can get that bug to land on something. I've got my bug killer down here. You don't have one of these, you definitely want one of these. A Dynatrap. Look at all these bugs that it's getting. So they get attracted to this blue thing, and then this fan just shoves them down. Probably watch them get attracted in here right now, actually. There's one crawling around my arm. So they'll get attracted to this blue. It's not hot. They don't get zapped. This fan just sucks them down into this trap down below. And then when the fan's not blowing down, they're trapped in there. And when the fan is blowing, they just get blown down in and they can't come out. Catches everything. It's pretty good. So anyway, I keep that on my feet. And then I don't get stung by mosquitoes on my feet. But anyway, this is a buck. Pretty neat. Never even knew about this one until I seen it. Only keeping it because at this point I think it might be my only buck. I only have 2 bucks, I think. This one and a little one. It's kind of cheapy. It's made in China. But it is neat. And I kind of like that it's kind of an access lock. Anyway, we're going through the orange ones, and then I got this one, which I didn't know I needed until I got it. Now I have it, and I don't know if I want it anymore. It's cool though, right? I don't know what it's for. I don't think it's a carpet knife. It's probably for whittling. I feel like if I was whittling something, I could figure out a need for this. It's a little bit cheap, even though it's Fiskars. And it certainly doesn't open quickly. Anyway, then I have all those orange ones together. So I got that going for me. Oh, wait. Technically, this is orange, isn't it? A Rex Betty. This one's pretty awesome. This one is a button lock. What do you call this thing? Whoa, what's happening? Wonder why that happened. That's 62% battery. Anyway, this is like some kind of box cutter. Pretty neat. This is my box cutter collection over here. We'll just get to that in a minute. But I guess that's all the oranges, I think. But you see what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these oranges together for now. And then as I go through some of these, if I find some more oranges, I'll know. So this is another sheath knife that I just bought because it was cold steel. And I figured somebody'd want it. Woods grabbed it. It's just pretty cool. If I could get to my K-bars, I would put it next to a K-bar, but I don't have it. Anyway, I'm not able to get to those. This thing I don't like that much, so I'll get rid of it. I just figured I'd keep it around for pictures. It's made in the USA. It's tops. You know what I would like to do? Maybe I could trade this in. Trade it for some other tops one. I like tops. I just don't like that knife right there. All right, so I'm going to put all those next to each other. And then these are the 3 Did I only get 3 butterfly knives this year? 3 of the butterfly knives I got this year. I feel like I got more than 3. But this one is really nice. This one's a flipper. It's a fake one. It's for like people that just flip. And it's like a no lock, super lightweight, super nice ball bearings. And then they give you all kinds of tools to fiddle with it and some oil. I got that in green because I didn't get to pick it. Just was in front of me. I know I got more than 3. Where's the other ones at? This one slides out, and I think this is the broken one. Yeah, see, this one's broken. I got this one cheap because it's broken, but it still works, so I don't care. Super cheap one, though. I think this is like a $13 knife or an $8 knife or something. But I got a couple of flippers now, and then this one, which is essentially an upscale version of that other one. And it's got everything I like a lock, because I like to do lock tricks when I can actually do them and not mess them up. And then I like to be able to lock the knife for whatever reason. And I really like this style. This is a cheap one though, and it's another trainer. I think Amazon only sells trainers, so that's why everything I'm doing is Amazon related. So I'm only seeing trainers. All right, let's see. Got some Spyderco's over here. First I grabbed, I think I got this one second. So let's see what this first one is. I don't even remember what this one is. Oh, this one isn't that big. It's in a giant box for whatever reason. This one's super expensive. This is one of the most expensive knives on the table, though. This is a titanium Spyderco that I bought because I'm an idiot. I don't really like it, but I got it at half price, so I don't know if that's a good deal or not. But it's super nice, made in Taiwan, and it's CTS XHP. I think that's the steel, and I kind of do like the blade. I don't like the lock though. I don't like frame locks that much. I mean, I like frame locks versus liner locks, but and as far as Spyderco's go, this one doesn't open all that easy for me. Ow. This is the second time I cut myself on it. I really like the liner lock. It's comfortable. If I was wearing like gray suits all the time, I would wear this thing. So anyway, this is a Spyderco that I invested in. And now I gotta find somebody who's interested in it. So that's that Spyderco story. Then, boom, another orange knife that I forgot about. This is the other Spyderco story. This is a Spyder. This has everything I like about a Spyderco. One, these are screws, so it can come apart. And then, right? Yeah. And then it's a back lock, which isn't my favorite, but it's better than anything up front. It's got this classic Spyderco blade I'm a big fan of. And it's like high vis orange. So really like this one, except it's like what, a $70 knife or something. So I'm not sure I'll keep it. Probably gonna keep it, but may not. So do I put that in the orange pile? Yeah, I think I should. Just for the time being at least. So there's a bunch of orange knives coming in. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put those back over there and that over there. Should we do the pocket knives or should we do the, what are these things called? Box cutters. So I got the Rex Betty. It's okay. It's a, what do you call this thing? A button lock. It's tip down carry, but I guess on this kind of thing, that's all right. And it carries like 4 blades kind of in the side here. And let's see, what's the other thing about these? It has a cutter here. You use half the blade and there's a cutter. So kind of nice. I guess we can leave that open for a minute. Then there's this Work Pro, which is kind of similar, but it's an axis lock. Half the blade, a notch, a little bit bigger notch. Super easy way to change the blades on these. No onboard storage. It's more of a knife. and it's tip up carry like a regular knife, and it's an axis lock. So this Work Pro is pretty neat. It's half wood, half aluminum. Otherwise, a little bit slimmer, but pretty close to being the same thing. And no onboard storage that I'm aware of. I don't see any hidden onboard storage that I'm missing. But it does come with a set of blades. Then I got this Coast, and it's a lot different. It has a liner lock, flame, post, or whatever you call it, it's like a peg to open it. And then it has these kind of quick release. You have to push on this, I think. You have to get the blade out. Yeah. And so it's kind of a quick release blade thing. And it comes with these blades that have a knife shape to them. So that's interesting. Tip up carry. No, tip down carry. And, you know, it's technically a razor knife, but it's also pretty not really a razor knife. So that's my small razor knife collection. But then this thing, I'm putting in a similar category. What is this? Kershaw. Because it's a work knife. See, it's got the bits on it and the driver on the end. Pretty neat. So, and then technically I had a Civivi utility, Elementum utility, but I'm giving it to Gizzard, so I didn't bring it in here. But that would go in here next to these. So this little Kershaw is a liner lock and a little tiny knife, but probably good for cutting stuff. Really weird finger grips all over it. And then it holds on board a couple of bits, and then a driver on the end, and then a beer opener. So let's see, this was the Work Pro. This was the Coast. And the Rex Betty. So I think I like them. Rex Betty is the one I like the most. This Work Pro comes in number dose. And then that Coast can come in last. The Elementum would come in last, actually, after all of them, because it's aluminum. Costs more than any of them, probably. And the blades, you have to take a screwdriver, too. That makes sense. Or a nut driver. A Allen wrench, what am I trying to say? All right, it's time for me to drink some water here. Is anybody else out there? Is anybody chatting? Million. Where's the... What? The Emilio votes? I don't know what that means. Oh, you have a JK216? Is that one of the ones I said? If it is, then let me know, because I might be able to get some parts for you for free. I just need a video of them. It's probably like light bars, ejection seats, caltrops that fall behind you to pop people's tires, smoke screens, and then flipping license plates, probably stuff like that. Stuff that they use in China. All right. Well, since we did this Kershaw last, why don't we do the Kershaws next? This one's technically orange. It's got some orange anodization on it. And this is a Axis Locks Kershaw. Never had one like this before. I really like it. I like that straight design. Really like that blade. This one, I didn't shop for any of these really. These are all targets of opportunity that came up and I had the money and I grabbed them. But this one really struck, what am I trying to say? I really like the looks of this one. So that's of course why I grabbed it. Some of these I grabbed even though I don't like them. I don't love this Kershaw, but it's an interesting one. It'll make a good video and it'll do good for some photos and stuff. Like that serves a good role. This one, I mean, it's kind of a fancy one. I don't remember what these cost. I'm going to say like $70 or something. But man, this one's nice. I really like it. What do you think? You like this one? Let's see. Then that was the first Kershaw. I like how they just put them in like a box too. They don't put a bunch of extra money on fanciness for no reason. And what was this one? Can I remember what this one is before it comes out? I think this is a butterfly knife. That's right. Where did I get this one? Oh, this one was also target of opportunity. It was just out of place. I think I got this at a bin store. It's a stupid trainer, but I knew I had another butterfly knife. So what am I going to do? I guess I should split up my Kershaws. There's no point in leaving them together. This one flips pretty good. It's got a lock on it. Really like it. I can't remember what these things cost. I don't think they're that expensive. Neat. Very like it very much. They call it a Balanza. Balanza. Let's see. I guess they do have more Kershaws, so maybe they will stay together. So that's those two Kershaws, and then I got a leak or whatever this is. I don't remember which one this is. Ken Onion Design. I think I'd have to zap it to figure out what it is, but I've never had one. If I had one, I've only had it for a minute and I got rid of it because I wasn't the biggest fan of these things. They were a lot smaller than this. The ones I had, or the ones I remember, were a little smaller, or a lot smaller even. They weren't bad, but I don't know. They were just too small for me. So this thing, oh yeah, it's a liner lock, which is lame, but it's old. They didn't really have a lot of options back in the day. But I do like it. It opens quick. It's a neat look. USA made, of course. Neat. I see why people like them. I just can't stand the liner locks when I got options. So that one I got just loose. I don't have a box for it. The little guys out there, welcome. Anybody want to vote on any knives you like the best or the least so far? So let's see. Now I'm going through some that are just, I don't know what to say, just kind of regular knives that I found that don't fit in a lot of categories, I guess. So this one is a no name, but it's an axis lock, so I bought it. And it's carbon fiber, so you can't tell, but all these knives weighed something. This doesn't weigh anything. This feels like I'm holding a razor blade or something. This has no weight. I don't know how to explain it. It makes this noise when you open it. You can probably hear how gritty it is. I have no idea what's up with this. It's just a little knockoff, I guess. I don't want to say it's a knockoff because it's just a, I don't know, it's knocking off. It's just a no brand. That's what I should say. I don't think it's knocking anything off because it's not a duplicate of anything that I'm aware of, but it's simple, nice anodized aluminum lanyard loop there, tip up carry, blue highlights to the thumb studs, but you don't need it because it's an axis lock, so you can just open it. It's amazing, and it weighs nothing. Oh, we got that BPS one coming right over here. We'll do that one next. So I don't know what to do about this one, but I can't get rid of it. It didn't cost me nothing. I might only pay like $5 for this, so I like it even more. Got a couple other ones over here. So we'll take a look at this BPS. I don't have that many sheath knives really. And when these people in Ukraine said, "Hey, you want to take a look at our knives?" I was like, "Yes." So when they showed me them, or when I looked around their website, I guess, I gave them a list of like 10, and this is the one that they sent me. So take that for what it's worth. But it's purple. This is the one I said I wanted most because it's the coolest one I think they got. It's got this like purple wood. I think it's just impregnated wood. Is it G10? Yeah, it's probably G10. Look how many layers there are in it. So it's G10. It's purple. It's like a Mora but stronger. It's maybe a mix between like a Mora and a K-bar. You know, none of it's the style of a Mora, but the size of a K-bar, even though it's not as big as a K-bar. So I just really like it. This jimp or whatever back here is super grippy, like it's super nice. The carbon fiber or the carbon steel look is cool. It's all wet because it's carbon steel. I guess you can take apart these things if you needed to. And then a lanyard is everything I'm looking for. I probably will have no problem getting this thing dirty, taking it out and using it because I'm not selling this one. I'm keeping this one for sure. But I mean, I can't imagine. This sheath is amazing. I can't imagine unless you got like a bad piece of metal, like a big bubble in the metal or something. Like I can't imagine this thing not being a good knife. Everything about it looks strong. So I was super stoked to get that one. I forget what these cost, like $60, $70, something like that. Maybe some. I don't know if they're shipping. You would think there'd be shipping. It's coming from Ukraine. Since I got that one open, I'm gonna open up this Civivi. That's the way you pull a knife out from the bottom of a stack without disrupting any of the other ones. So I've got my first sheath knife from Civivi. If you ever want to start reviewing stuff, what's the reason to review stuff? Well, for one, I don't think I probably paid for like 2 of the Civivis in this stack, maybe 3. But most of the Civivis and a lot of the others are knives sent to me to review. I haven't even opened up the sheath because honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. It's kind of nice for me. I like knives that are. This thing's rugged and everything. It's just that it's super nice. So this thing is super nice. Look at that blade. Like I think this would be a good knife to give to somebody who doesn't have a knife yet and is starting out. Not necessarily a kid, but a kid or somebody who's just starting out seriously, going camping and stuff, and wants something that's strong and useful, but ain't gonna go out and buy something this cool for themselves. But I also kind of want to take it out and use it. It's a little smooth, but I feel like once you use it a little bit, it'll get kind of gritty and get rid of that. Maybe not. Let's see. I can't. I don't know what any of those words mean. Favorite is that buck. Well, you're talking about your favorite knife. I'm talking about favorite one on the table over here. Wondering about the handle size. Okay. I mean, look at this one. This one is the Civivi one. I think has a massive handle. I mean, it's huge. I'm not even anywhere near choking up on it, and I got a ton came out the other end. I'm gonna put all this stuff back on. It comes with this thing on the tip, and then a piece of cardboard, and then thing. It's even too nice just to have it laying around, getting all beat up, scratching them or other knives and stuff. But thanks again to Civivi. That's cool. Got a lot of Civivis, but that's the only sheath knife one. They're really nice too. So yeah, I think there's enough. I mean, my hand ain't little. I don't think I have the biggest hand I've ever seen, but yeah, I'd be comfortable doing whatever needed to be done with this knife. If that makes any sense. You could dig a hole with this. You'd climb a tree with this. Take apart something that needed to be taken apart with this. Yeah, I think they did a good job of making it like secure, but then easy to get out with minimal dexterity. All right, since we're in the sheath knives, got this one from Gerber. I'm a big fan. Made in USA, nice, decent. I mean, it's kind of a K-bar, but they've got this kind of better shape handle in a lot of ways. Not always, but in a lot of ways, this is a better shape handle. And I like this rubber stuff, but I'm noticing there's some issues here. This, I don't want to pick at it, but if I picked at this, you'd see what I'm talking about. And if I picked at it right there, and if I picked at it right there, and I picked at it right there, those are its weaknesses. So they should have definitely rounded those radiuses off like they did up here. And maybe created some channels for the adhesive to grab or do something. But this is the weakness where the rubber overmold interfaces with the aluminum. I think it's aluminum. Yeah, probably. Maybe it's Delrin. Yeah, it's plastic. But I really like this knife. This thing's super cool. But it's a $80 version of a $300 one. So it is what it is. But that being said, it's a nice knife. And it's really ambidextrous. We looked at that tops one already. We kind of briefly looked at these. But since we're looking at sheath knives, I'm going to bring back up this SE. I've been a big fan of these since I've been going to SHOT Show, essentially. They do a really good display at SHOT Show. So when I was a little dumb kid going to SHOT Show in 2005, I was like, wow, look at those knives. And they are nice knives. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. They're kind of classic designs. They're a little bit theirs. And they've got some development into the designs a bit. But they know what they're doing. And they make these, like, really well-made, simple, but strong tools. Anyway, so I've been a fan of them for a long time, but they're also not inexpensive. So first one there, and since we're looking at the sheets, I'll just throw this last one up here again. This little Spanish one, pretty neat. Never knew about it. I don't know if I like it or not. I kind of like it with this, like, I don't know what to call that, like a what do they call that in revolvers? A shit, a what would you call that kind of grip on a revolver? It's like a dang it. But anyway, it's like a not a boot grip. Is it a boot grip? No, the boot grip would be the other way. So I don't know if I like it or not. But I think it might be really good for whittling. Maybe for taking apart fruits or something. I almost cut the crap out of the palm of my hand right there. So as is saying, those SE knives are tanks, right? Exactly. Bird's eye? Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. So Gizzard is in here now. Welcome. Let's see. I'll go over to this Benchmade. What was this Benchmade? Oh, I know what these are. Where's the other one? There should be two Benchmades. I wonder where the other one is. So which one is this? So we went in one day and found these Benchmades. This is this one. So I must have put the other one in a place for somebody. We went and found these Benchmades and they've got access locks. So of course, interested in them. Got them for a good price. They've got a breaker on the back, which is kind of annoying because every time I go to open it, I'm jabbing that icebreaker into my hand. But you can flip them real easy. They're what's the name of this blade? M4, is that what the steel is? Like whatever this steel is, it's very lightweight. It's not the lightest weight knife I've got in this pile, but it's a very nice knife. I think that's a $170 knife. So another investment that I may or may not keep. But that one's actually broken, so I'll probably keep it. All right, so what do we got next? We got a Gerber here. This one is this is the only multi-tool on the table. I've just been going through the knives that I got this year. For anybody that's watching, it just showed up. So first off, really like this sheath. I've always liked Gerber sheath. They know what's up. You can put it on either way, vertically or horizontally. It's all nylon. Got some Velcro. And well made. It's like super strong. Move my foot. So I forget what they call this one. We'll find out in a second here. It's called the Gerber Truss. I guess it's supposed to look like trusses. And you open it up. You've got a pliers and a cutter. Cutter without interchangeable cutter. So first off, I don't like that. I'd rather have that be interchangeable. Otherwise, super comfortable, kind of big. And no tools on the once it's open. Once it's pliers, and that's it. So we'll close it back up to be a tool again. And I prefer them this way so that all the tools are available in this configuration. I don't like having to open up the tool first. But anyway, this one won me over with the tools, if I remember right. It has some pretty interesting tools. So we've got a nice little useful saw there. That's an aggressive little saw. We've got useful Phillips. I mean, not only is it three-dimensional and not just a little goofy blade they're calling a Phillips, but that's a useful Phillips head. We've got the regular standard screwdriver. If I can get that out of there, it's sticking. And then this knife that looks like a shark mouth or something. It's like half serrated, but then it's like not really a Tonto. It's not huge, but it's getting work done. Oh, and then what's nice is all of these have everything opens and locks. So then you have these like kind of like access locks almost to lock and to unlock everything. On this side, weird pair of scissors, but actually pretty handy pair of scissors. Guess what? They lock open and then fold back. And there's even more tools on this side, starting with kind of a standard but a small blade, and then just goofy tools like this ruler thing. See, they're kind of a pain to get out. Can opener, and is that just a regular little blade? I don't think I saw that before. Okay, yeah, almost like an awl, like a little tiny little sharp blade. That's pretty good. But this thing with the ruler file, pretty handy. So then a lanyard would be the only other tool. It's not the smallest, but it's also not the heaviest. So that's the Gerber. Did this thing come out of this? Speaking of the only multi-tool on the table, I don't know if I'll keep this. I'll probably get rid of this. I don't think I need this thing that bad. I did get this Leatherman sheath that's for a multi-tool. You can kind of tell the difference between Leatherman and Gerber. Gerber does a nice sheath. It's well made, but they stop right where they need to. There's nothing extra in it. This one has a nice snap on the front. The sides are elastic, and they still have pockets and things for like pens or probably extensions or something. And then on the inside, there's these pockets too for putting your additional tools in. All right, so let's just clear out the front of this table here. I think this was the Gerber stuff still. As you can see, you got them in a different variety of like new in the box to loose, to everything in between. So then we looked at that Kershaw. We looked at that no name. This one is pretty neat. It's a name, but I don't remember it. I think it's this. No, it's this. So it's called a Life and Geometry from Sanrinmu. Some of these Japanese or some of these Chinese companies just take letters and put them together. They don't even care if it's a word or not. Anyway, this thing was just super neat. It's got a carabiner on it. It's skeletonized. It doesn't weigh too much. It's a liner lock, but what are you gonna do? But look how fast that opened. It was a pretty nice little. That's not gonna do it. Pretty nice little. Come on. Okay, now it's being a jerk. Pretty nice little opener. There we go. When you can get it to open. Anyway, I don't know where I got this one for. I think I got it for $5. This kind of knife that I'll probably sell or get rid of. Just thought it might be neat for some pictures or something. This one is a bird, so a Chinese version of a Spyderco, made by Spyderco, but in China, and they put this different color shape thing on it. But whenever I see these old Spydercos or this old style, all stainless Spyderco, I always like to grab them just in case I want to keep it. I have one in my big collection that's I don't remember, the police one or something that is kind of wearing out. It's so old, but I don't really like this thing. I don't know if anybody likes this kind. It's neat, but I wouldn't want to carry it. It's too heavy. The way I like to open these is to hold the loop and let the handle kind of fall back into your hand. I used these when I was a kid when they first came out and quickly appreciated the plastic handles when those happened. All right, well, so now we can get to the good part. Oh, I guess this one is still unopened. This one is a CJRB. It's the first one I ever came across. Very similar to that Kershaw, I think. But instead of being a axis lock, this one's a button lock. But kind of an aluminum. And even though it's aluminum, I kind of still dig it. But the button lock and something about the heft or something about this one. I just like it better than some of the other aluminums that are so light that I don't like them. I mean, I don't mind knives, but I don't like knives that are super light necessarily. With this slot, makes it a little bit tougher for me to flick. So I end up just pushing the button and letting it open with kind of the gravity thing. But I kind of like this one. I wish they'd send me some. CJRB, right? Yeah. I just found that one for sale and grabbed it. Never had one before. It seemed neat with the button lock. I guess since it's out, just the last thing on this front is my first out the front. Just some no brand cheap thing. They don't sell these things on Amazon normally, but they do sell this one on Amazon, so that happened. It's just an inexpensive one. I don't have another one, so I'll probably get rid of it because I don't need it. And if I was going to get one, I think I'd rather get one like this size. I think Gizzard has a little one like this, and I'd rather get a little one if I was going to get one. But they're not my favorite knife, so it's taken me till I was as old as I am to get one. And like I said, I'll probably end up selling it. All right, so let's go through some sababa, some sabibis. So nice one. This one I bought, but this one will. Okay. This one will. Did I just cut out there? This one will go nicely, very nicely with this one. So I think that's a nice pair. They're essentially the same things with a different style. It's going to be scary to move these things around. Oh, look, I got some kind of a wasp thing trying to get me. So we'll take that thing and we'll put him in here. And he just got sucked into the trap part. So button lock, easy to close, and super lock, I think they call this. Is this an Am I right? I don't remember what this one was called. So I'll put those in my white pile over here. Got another bug crawling on me. All these lights bring out all the bugs. This one is super cool. Once I can get all my knives back, then I'll be showing this one off with my tiny knives. It's copper here in Arizona. We're the copper state. It's a liner lock, but what are you going to do? It's too little to put a button in it, probably. I'd actually like this one with just a, oh, what do they call it? You know, no lock, just a, what do they call that? A line, no, not a line lock. I can't think of it, but we don't no lock at all, essentially. All right, so we got an Elementum here. Oh, snap. So, dang, probably have to get rid of this one. It's not a button lock. I really like the yellow Ultim or whatever it's called. But there's no way I'm ever going to carry this one. So I think this one can go into a pile of goodbye. If you're a patron and you're interested, that one's on the market. What's this? This is that one. So this the white pile. No, this is the one I carry in my pocket. This one This is a Vision FG. Oh, very nice. So essentially the same as that white one, but in the Ultim. So I'll be keeping this one. Will I ever carry it? No, because I'd carry that other one instead. This one looks too nice, and I don't know. I don't like the black blade as much. Let's see what this one is. The Chevrolet 2. Oh, an orange one. Nice. So looks like we're going to be doing an orange set. This one will be included. I totally forgot about this one. It's not bad. I don't love the aluminum. I wonder if you could take this somewhere and have them do like a checkering or something on it. Probably have to re-anodize it. I could get like a paint marker out here and put an orange dot on there. Next. Oh, the little tiny one. And I winged it up. What do they call this one? I forget. It's a little goofy, but it's a slip lock. That's what it's called. That's what I'd like, that little. See, they know how to make a slip lock. This one's a slip lock. I'd like them to make that little copper one of those, a slip lock. All right, so I probably should zip this all the way or it'll flip out. So this is also a white one. This can go in the white pile here. Or the jade pile. That's really what I'm looking for, but those white ones are adjacent to jade. Boom, another jade. Nice. Ow, that one would have hurt. The Primatrix. Primatrix. This one is empty. Oh, this one is probably that one. Those are the two that I got out, but it is a white one, so it'll go here. So I'm essentially just going through all these Civivis looking for which ones are jade or white. Oh, another white one. This one I really like because it's got the green deals on it. I don't know what this one is called. The X1. Really like the blade on this. I could definitely carry this one, but it's a liner lock, so there's no way I'm gonna ever carry it. Wah, wah. But it is a white one, so it goes under. I should probably put the white ones and the jade ones in two piles already. Then there's these four more Civivis, and then a little tweezers. Now we're looking at another Primatrix. Oh, I got two of these. Does it go out of? Is it still alive? What the heck? The heck? I think I do have two of these Primatrixes. What's up with that? Well, I guess I can get rid of my Primatrix. It's a good thing I went through them. See, there's a reason for going through all these. If you're a Patreon, you're interested in one of these jade Primatrixes, let me know. 10th anniversary. This one. What is this one called again? The RS71. This is a tough one. It's a liner lock. and it's unique. But it's a liner lock, so it'll probably get put to the heat. It's kind of neat, but it's a liner lock. So I guess we're going to put that one on the pile. This thing barely fits in the pouch too. Like the plastic gets stuck in the zipper. It's because it's so big. All right, so that's going to get put into that pile. Next up is a mini Praxis in green. And I think this is another mini Praxis in the other color. And the reason I got these two was I was going to swap them and make one all black and one green and silver, because they don't make them in that combo. And that means I could make that combo. I could make two, knives that shouldn't exist. That was the only reason I got these two. So I don't know if anybody's interested in something like that, but let me know. So technically these are going to be gone, but I'm going to play Frankenstein on them first. But then somebody could own one that nobody could own unless they own both. Does that make sense? I'm sure Gizzard does stuff like that. He just creates his own Savibis, but he could probably also just make a quick phone call and have a whole bunch of Savibis just happen. Oh, you need a new Savibi, Gizzard? Sure. What color would you like it to be? What blade shape? Which designer would you like to make your custom Savibi, Mr. Gizzard? That's probably how the conversations go with that guy. All right, so we found some whites and some jades, and now we'll go into the Senecuts, which is same company, different factory. Oh, Gizzard is out there right now. He's probably going along and opening each of these knives in his pile. All right, so this one, neat, but it's going. I don't know why this one's not already gone. Why is this one even in my pile? It's a neat knife, but nothing about this I'm carrying. It's a little too big for me, and it's a liner lock. So if you're a Patreon, you're interested in something like this, boom, there's 4 in that pile already. What's this? Boom. Button lock. Nice. This one we'll keep for pictures and stuff. Would I carry this one? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little big. Would I carry it though? Yeah, I think I probably could carry this one. I felt like carrying a knife that's all black. I don't carry knives that are all black anymore because if I drop them and I don't have a flashlight, I want to be able to get my knife back. But we'll keep that in the pile of ones that are getting kept. Surprised there's not one other orange one in here. I guess I only had one orange Savibi. Oh, another jade one. And it's a button lock. Senecut, is there anything you can't offer? Look at that. Jade, button lock, and it's a nice looking knife too. It's kind of simple, kind of looks like a steak knife. It's a good size, a little bit big. But I got another jade, so that's cool. But I think I only have 3 jades or something. So it's not really that many. Looks like the new knife that's coming out has a jade color. Did you see that one, Gizzard? I seen it on X and reposted it. There's one cool looking one and it has jade. That's what I'm getting. And then there's another one that's not as cool looking. That's a liner lock. I got this thing this year because I haven't had one before. I've had them, but I don't own one myself, I should say. I've used them, and my parents have had them. But I grabbed one for myself. It's essentially a draw saw or a Japanese saw. This one isn't as cool as some of them I've seen, but it is pretty flexible. And it was $5, so nice. I got this, which I don't know. I'll probably put it on the wall. It's Damascus, but it's loose. But I might throw it too. I think this one could throw pretty good. Let's see. We got some Canseps over here. Oh, another jade. Dang, I forgot about this one. This one is pretty neat. It's a liner lock, but look how cool it is. So it gets a pass for being a liner lock because it's so cool. It's not really a cleaver, but it almost is. Right on. Thanks, Cansep, for being in the jade pile. Now you're gonna put that top back on. It's pain. I feel like there's some kind of spider crawling in my beard or something. Oh, another lino, another jade, and it's an axis. Cansept. Thank you. So that's 2 Canseps that'll be in the photos for this stuff. That's 2 more jades. I have almost as many jades as I have white ones now. Boom, and another jade. Boom, and another axis lock. Boom. That's right. This is the mini version of that other one from Cansept. Cansept makes some really cool knives. They put out usually like 6 or 8 flavors of each one they put out. This one is neat. I could see carrying this one in like a tux or a fancy suit. Feels like it would be a useful blade too. So I might carry that one today. Boom. Forgot about those. And then the last but not least, maybe, I think, could be last but not least, is the 13-inch working French Opinel. I didn't even know these things existed until I seen it for sale, and I bought it like a sucker. So now I own one. But whenever I can get into my real knife collection, I also have the tiniest one of these, so I can put them next to each other. How amazing will that be? This one at least is it's an actual knife. Like this is designed for cutting stuff on the grill, so it has a real use. You open this up and now you can be really far away from the food that you're cutting on the grill with long forks. Plus, looks super cool. You can lock these things open and lock them closed, FYI. Yeah, right about an hour, and it feels like it's about to blow everything over here, so maybe it's about to rain after all. I thought I could sneak in some videos tonight before it rained. It looks like I was able to. Oh, wait. Thought it was all over, but it ain't all over. First, I got to figure out where to put all these down. These were in like 4 different places, and now I'm going to have to figure out a way to try to shove them all into one bag. I think I'm going to try to get them all into this bag that comes from One Tigress. This is a bag that goes on the seat of the police car. It's pretty cool. And oh yeah, everything's blowing up. If anybody's interested in a illuminated globe, this one from Waypoint Geographic is super neat. It's got a light bulb inside, so it glows. Let's see what we got right here. Not 1, but 2 sets of tiny knives. Some of my favorite things ever are tiny knives. So this set is your cheesy set, and this set is your slightly less cheesy set. Look at that, a real blade, sharp. It's tiny. This one, kind of sharp. It's pretty sharp. And Damascus. So there's 4 in this set, another 4 in this set, and the one set is even tinier than the other set. For example, this little tiny knife is much tinier than this little tiny guy who's really more of an axe. So I'm a big fan of getting these things, and gotten some at Wanamaker before. Sent a bunch of these out to Patreons in the past, but that was when I was at Wanamaker and I was buying a whole bunch of them at the same time. So these are all separate. These are all individual. So I'm keeping all these, unfortunately, for people that are collectors. But yeah, this is one of the things I was stoked about finding these because I'm a big fan and I'm super cheap. So I don't like buying them full price. And I got these today. I didn't get them for $1 a piece. I think I got them for like $2 a piece or something. So I'm super stoked on these would be good with mini revolvers. Little some kind of pictures with the mini revolvers. That would be good. So if it wasn't about the thunderstorm right now, I would pull these out and take some pictures of them. But I'll keep buying these as long as I keep finding them. I think that's about it. We could go into some flashlights and stuff, but I should probably start wrapping it up because it's about to get. Can you hear the wind? Is the wind noise coming through the microphone? Sheep's foot? Yeah, it might be what I was thinking of. Or the name of that blade shape, yep. All right, so again, the long and short of it is Patreon's interested in one of these, let me know. These are all the liner locks essentially that I'm not interested in keeping. And that one double that has the jade handles. All right, I'm gonna try putting everything up and get some shut eye perhaps. We'll see. Well, thanks everybody for joining us though. Gave me somebody to chat with while I was sorting through these things and really just sorting through them. All right. If you're interested in reviewing stuff, this is one of the perks. Not all of these were free. A lot of these were free, and the other ones were kind of free because they're, for doing reviews or whatever. So if you're interested in doing that kind of stuff, pay attention to Gizzard's channel. Clover helps with that kind of stuff. What's the best knife for skinning on this table? Is this the best knife for skinning on this table? I mean, there's probably different opinions on it. Some people might like, a little bit more of a point. I'm not a fan of this type, but some people like more of a point for doing some of the skinning stuff. I'm not. Some people really like the hooks, using like a zipper. I've never seen that so much of the thing as much as a gimmick. This one could probably work. It's not exactly ideal. It's a little thick. I don't know about this thing. I don't know if somebody probably could do worse than that thing. It's not ideal. All right, though, I probably should wrap it up because it is probably going to start raining sooner than later with the amount of wind that's picking up here. Oh, my goodness. Are you gifting a knife to Patreons? No, but you can get them cheap. Let's put it that way. I find that knives get super dull after thin skinning. Well, that can definitely happen depending on your knife. And back in the day, everybody would just have, leather straps or sharpening rods to keep everything nice and sharp while they were cutting. But some of the newer metals, that's what their whole point is. The whole reason of the newer metals is just keep those edges. So think of like a scalpel or something. But those you're going to pay a little bit more for, or a lot more for, really, depending on the knife. And a lot of times the fancy metals end up being knives this size for cost. And you don't really want to skin with something this size. So that's a good point. So having a sharpener nearby is probably a good idea rather than necessarily trying to grab a different knife. But I'm no expert on that. I mean, you could count the number of times I've skinned anything on two hands probably, and some of those are rabbits and stuff. I mean, not fish, of course, but critters. But and that was when I was a little kid, so I'm definitely no expert. You should talk to a million other people about that for better thing. Most of my knives, as you can see, are brand new. I buy them because they're neat or they look neat. These aren't for whatnot. This is just my collection of knives. These will be for pictures and for reviews and stuff. But like, let's say if I ever get a chance to go to Thunder on a Prairie, part of the reason I have all these in a bag like this is that I can just put that bag in the van and bring it with me, and then throw it out on the table and let people fiddle around with them or use them or stuff to see if they're gonna be interested in any of them, or features of them, or facets of them, or that kind of thing. But otherwise, at some point they'll all get sold. But right now, I probably would put this one in the pile of to be sold also. So there'll be a little bit of shifting here. But for the most part, I just had these things all over the place. I grabbed these. Usually I get a couple a week. And, just as I'm doing things, I come across them. So I kept stowing them here and there in the other place. And I wanted to put them all into one place already. And that's what we're doing tonight. Or that's what we did tonight. Thanks again for everybody for joining in. And we'll be back to pick you up later. Oh, you know what I can do? I think I can do stuff. Huh? I should have done this banner a long time ago. I forgot I can do all this stuff because I'm in the StreamYard.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Have a great night.